and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
May all the people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace.
May all people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace.
May all people live in truth, live in wisdom, live in truth.
May all people live in truth, live in justice, live in truth.
May all people live in love, live in kindness, live in love. Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit, 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 lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit, 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 lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit, lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit, lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit, lighten our way.
Spirit, oh Spirit,
light in our way.
Spirit of spirit, light in our way.
Spirit of peace, Spirit of truth,
Spirit
do, Denzel?
Pow.
Yeah. I pressed the pause button. Tim, when you do your mindfulness session on Saturdays, do you speak about a pause or the pause? Or do you speak of that?
More as like returning to stillness.
Okay,
I don't use the word pause.
okay.
Same
So
idea.
if I said something really stupid to you, and your immediate reaction might be to say something equally stupid, would you have any kind of wait before you speak moment?
Not in that case.
Not in that case, no.
But normally, yeah.
But normally you would.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I mean by the pause.
Yeah.
So when we communicate or attempt to communicate, by the way, most of the time you realize we don't communicate. You realize that? Okay. We try. And occasionally we get through, but it's rare. It's wondrous when it happens. But most of the time we kind of say stuff and it hits a wall somewhere and then the other person says and that hits a wall and goes down. It's part of the human condition, I'm afraid. Can't get away from it. But the pause is helpful because before words come out of my mouth, hopefully, I think about what I'm going to say. And I think about what effect it might have on people, right? And I think about, is this really necessary? You know, is it really helpful? Is it really good to say this right now? You know, this kind of thing. So that's one example of the pause. I'd like to talk tonight and have you talk more about a bigger kind of pause. Many people that come here in the almost 5 years that I've been here, many of them are in a kind of pause in their life. By that I mean, they're searching. They're in what I would call a kind of discernment mode, transition mode, right? They're wandering, exploring, all of those things, which is all great. So the question underneath a lot of that searching seems to be something like this. What's my next step? Where do I go from here? This kind of thing. So it's a question of choosing wisely, right? Choosing well, going wherever you go next, however that happens. So I'd like to ask you the question tonight. How do you choose wisely? How do you make good choices? It's a fair question. So the floor is yours. choose wisely? What helps you to make good decisions?
Just yesterday, for no reason I can think of, I remembered the way my husband and I made choices together, because we always made choices together. And I hadn't really ever examined it before, but we didn't talk about, when something came up, whether it was a purchase or something we were going to do, or just a simple thing, what to have for dinner if I hadn't thought of something. We didn't make it about, well, I want this, and then he would say, well, I want this. We put something out there, and then the decision was yes or no. And there had to be 2 yeses to go ahead. And that was that. And yes, sometimes one of us was extremely disappointed, but we got over it.
It's a decision for something I regard even a little bit important. I kind of have a practice of just getting still, just asking of, let's say, my soul with spirit, what do I want? And in a while some idea may come, and if it does, I try living into it, like imagining actually stepping into that decision as it would be lived. And then a lot of times I'll repeat that whole thing 3 times, and when I get 3 in a row that agree, then I go ahead with the final decision. But it's not always a real quick process, and I'm wary of the word wise, because a lot of people, if I had told them I was thinking of moving to the middle of the woods in a monastery, would probably advise me that's not too wise. It's like I have to even set that aside and ask Spirit for guidance, because my own opinion isn't always that good, I've found out.
Any other thoughts? So I'd like to share with you a little story about my own not good decision making, and then better decision making. So, about 20 years ago, I was living in a community in Washington, D.C. And it was a very dynamic community, creating a lot of really good things in the city. Home for men with AIDS, home for women with AIDS, coffee shop, medical facility, you name it, housing project. We were going full steam ahead. I loved it, but there was something missing for me. And so I made the very common mistake of thinking that what was good for me was good for everybody. Okay. So I started to go around to other members of the community, and I would say, We need to spend more time together. We need to meet together every day, not just 2 or 3 times a week, but every day, to have a common life together. And I would say this, I said this a lot to a lot of people, and finally one of them took me aside and they said, you may need to do this, but we don't. Okay. So, and their suggestion was that I go into a process called discernment. And it's a, you all know about the Quakers, right? What the Quakers do. One of their great gifts to the world, really, the Quakers, is a discernment process. And sometimes called clearing meeting. They're really good at this, typically. So there were some people in the community that were influenced by Quakers, and so they said, look, we're willing and happy to meet with you every week on Tuesday for 2 hours, so you can get yourself sorted out, okay? Because you're driving us crazy. So they did, we did. And for about 6 months, we met every Tuesday for 2 hours or so. And much of that time was spent in silence. Some of that time was spent in asking questions. Not me asking questions, but they would ask questions of me. These were good questions. But they were designed to get at, in my heart, what was my deepest desire. Deepest desire. Not just layers of desire, all kinds of attractions and whatnot, but this was the deepest core desire of my life. And after 6 months, it was not always pleasant, by the way. I sometimes got angry at some of their questions because they challenged me, you know, what I thought. And who likes that? So after 6 months, they said to me, I think we're done. You know, and I said, well, but, you know, I don't know yet what I'm supposed to do. And you know what they said to me? I said, yes, you do. Yeah, you do. And I've never had, with such confidence, a group say to me, contrary to what I thought, you know exactly what you need to do. And they were right. And as much as I loved them, and I really did, spent 5 years with them, and just really loved the folks there, I knew that I needed to leave that community. That's why I was resistant, you know, to say it. And I didn't know where I was going. You know, that's a horrible thing, you know, to know you have to leave a place but not know where you're going. And so that's what they said, and that's what I did. And so very shortly after that, I ended up moving from Washington, D.C. to Memphis, where I lived the next 2 years. So what helped me make a good decision was community. What prevented me, and to some degree, at some point anyway, up until some point, what prevented me from making a good decision was my idea of community. Okay. I thought it must be like this, and it didn't need to be that way. Okay. And they helped me to see that, and they helped me realize that I need to move on and find what I was looking for, but it wasn't going to be there. Anyway, so for what it's worth, that would be my offering on how to make a good decision. Find a healthy community. Find a good, if not a community, a friend or two. Somebody that you respect and trust, who can sit with you and walk you through and talk you through what you need talking through. Does that make any sense? Any questions on that? Any
How do you
comments?
find those people?
Pardon?
How do you find those people?
That's a good question. Because there's far too many people wanting to give their advice.
And who also don't know how to get down to the
Right.
core of it the way that group.
Right, exactly. No, that's a great question. There's no easy answer for that.
Go to a Quaker church.
Yeah, go to a Quaker church.
Are they still like around?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
One in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a young fellow here who would attend the Quaker meeting every Sunday. He lived here for a number of months, right?
Yeah.
And then he would scoot out on Sunday to attend the Quaker meeting for that reason.
Cool.
Yeah. He sort of looked like a Quaker too. Anyway, just kidding. So yeah, there's no easy answer for that, but it's a question worth holding on to. Any other thoughts?
Well, I just think the question alone is what is our deepest desire? I think that's a good question to always have in the forefront because we can be inundated with desires. But if you think of it like, I never thought of it as levels.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then,
Layers and levels.
Yeah, layers and levels. So I think
Yeah.
that's an interesting way to approach it, and then you can kind of sort out.
Any other thoughts? Charlie, you look like you were going to say something. Just grinning over there.
I've found that to be true many times when you said, I already knew. And we do, I think our soul knows.
Mhm.
And it's just that being willing to be honest to ourselves.
I couldn't be honest with myself, Tim, without the help of the community.
Yeah.
Without those healthy, mature human beings who were not with me because of what their need was, you know, but because of what they really, honestly, they loved me and they wanted to help. And that was it. You know, and so they could speak honestly, directly, with real authority. But it was an authority rooted in our community life together. You know, I could feel it. I couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah.
In fact, most of my decisions have been poor in my life because I've made them on my own. It's just been me, myself, and I. Denzel, did you want to say anything before we close? No? Okay. All right, we'll close with a song. Oh, this is Sunday night, isn't it? So we lower the lights, we light candles, and we pray, grant peace to all on earth. A prayer for peace. all on earth, Jeffrey Den, Jeffrey Den, Jeffrey Den, Jeffrey Den, to all on earth, Jeffrey Den. What's the South Korean word?
Pyonghwa.
Pyonghwa. Pyonghwa. Pyonghwa. Pyonghwa. Pyonghwa. To all on earth, Pyonghwa. 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 Any other words for peace? To all on earth, to all on earth, and peace to all, and peace to all, and peace to all on earth. The close of this day, a prayer for peace, not a false peace, not a false ceasefire, but a true peace, a just peace, one where people are fed, one where the bombs stop, one where people can go to school again. We pray for peace. We work for peace. May it be so.